Another day, another Indian smartphone company. The last time we covered an Indian smartphone company, let's just call them a fictional name B- for legal reasons. Things weren't so great. But you know, as an Indian, I would love to spend my money and get an Indian smartphone from an Indian company made in India. So there's a new Indian company making buzz, there's a fancy launch event, and not just phones. They have launched a whole lineup of TVs. Now, interesting thing, when the launch event happened in November, the poster says made in India. And even the website up until December said made in India, but now silently, the website is updated to designed in India. Why? And before we get to the whole made in India, designed in India story, surprisingly, after the 5 months of the launch, I start seeing reels, promotion, offline store launches of the Wobble 1. When I got the phone and the box grandly says designed in India, engineered for the world. And when I start using the phone, I find out some hidden truths that put the whole Indian smartphone brand in danger. Pratik, TechWiser, and before we get to the cons of the phone, there are also some good things about this. First of all, the brand says they have designed the phone in India. To me, it looks a lot similar to Xiaomi 15, but again, that could be just me and my opinion. Now, for the price, this phone has glass back. I checked it myself. I rubbed a soft aluminum key on it and it wipes off easily. So glass is generally stronger than aluminum, so this is glass. Now, the Amazon page says it has an aluminum frame, but I'm not sure about that. Generally, when a phone has metal frames, it has antenna lines to let the network pass through. Like this phone, this has metal frames and you can see antenna lines. I can't find the same on this phone, but again, I cannot tear down and verify this. So don't take my word for that. Rest, you get a headphone jack which is not expected in 30,000, like good job. All in all, the build quality is good. The second thing that I liked about the phone is display. It has a 6.67 inch 120Hz AMOLED display, and if you look at the bezels, it's very minimal. It looks really premium for the price. Now the display supports Dolby Vision. In fact, it has stereo speakers. They support Dolby Atmos and they are good quality and loud. All in all, I really liked the movie watching experience here. The only thing is the auto brightness sensor appears to be faulty in the unit I am using. At times when I pick up the phone from my pocket, the phone doesn't increase the brightness at all. And sometimes randomly when I'm standing and using the phone, the auto brightness decreases. So I don't like this auto brightness thing. It's quite buggy. And on that note, let's talk about things that I didn't like on this phone. And this time, as per my lawyer, no personal remarks, stay neutral, and everything is my opinion and finding on this retail unit. Earlier, making videos was simple. You just buy a phone, review it. But now in 2026, you buy a phone, investigate brand clips and podcasts. And on top of that, lawyer consultancy, and still videos can get taken down. If you love such videos, download it and in fact join the membership. Help the channel and help us pay lawyer fees. Now, the number one con has to be battery. It is 5000 mAh and it supports only 33 watt charging. Usually in this price range, you get 6000 mAh plus. Now, mAh is not the main problem. You can have 5000 mAh but optimize it well. This right here, the battery doesn't even last one single day. And one day I kept the phone at 16% overnight, and when I got up, the battery was at 2%. So 14% overnight battery drain. The next day I tried the same experiment and it was just 5% battery drain. So battery life is very inconsistent. And next con, and this leads to a lot of other con, processor. This costs 26,999 and you get Dimensity 7400. Usually you see this processor in phones around 16 to 18,000. This costs 27,000. Now in Antutu, the score is around 10 lakh, which is how a Dimensity 7400 phone performs. Now the official website has no specs page. So as per Antutu, the storage is somewhat like UFS 2.2 or UFS 3.1. Now this processor choice leads to very slow usage. Like there's no animation in the phone. You click photos, there's minimal animation. Sometimes on this model, you can't even figure out that the photo is clicked. Now if you leave that aside, it brings me to the camera. Usually I don't expect newer brands to have very good camera, but since this phone is targeted towards creator, so they have used a very good main camera sensor, but photos come out very inconsistent. Like see this photo, the whole background is blown out. At the same time, a photo from another angle, this photo is good. You can see the sun in the background. Also this photo I took, if you zoom in, there's over sharpening on the face. Now it can also shoot 4K videos from the front camera as well as the rear camera. Like ultra wide angle is 8 megapixels, so that can't do 4K. So the software here or the camera processing has to be worked on quite a lot. And that brings me to the biggest con or mismarketed thing, software. If you go to the phones about section, it says Wobble official version, but there's a phone called Acer ZX Pro. If you look at the specs of that phone, except the camera, IP rating and back panel, the Wobble one has similar specs to the Acer Super ZX Pro. And this doesn't stop here. I searched for Acer Super ZX and Gyan Therapy had a video on it. So I'll place the Acer ZX software on the left side, and on the right side this is Wobble One software. From the app screen to the setting page, in fact look at the about page. I feel it's similar to the Wobble One. On Acer it says Acer official version Android 15. Here it says Wobble official version Android 15. Like, copy my homework but change it a little bit. In fact, the pre-installed apps that come on the Acer phone like Themes, Phone Manager, they're also installed on Wobble One. And fun fact, the Acer phone was launched for 17,990, but Wobble One was announced for 22,000. And at the time of making this video, it's 27,000 on Amazon. And here's the masterstroke. If you Google who owns the Acer brand in India, it is Indycal Technologies. And guess who is the company behind Wobble One? Ladies and gentlemen, you guessed it. Indycal Technologies. Now, it appears like they rebranded a 17,000 phone from 2025 and sold it for 27,000 in 2026. And while researching for this video, I stumbled upon this interview of the co-founder of Indycal Technologies and the Ken. And as per the co-founder, the brand doesn't even manufacture these phones. They buy the brand names, they give contracts to other manufacturers like Dixon, Paget Electronics, etc. In fact, the box of Wobble One itself says marketed by Indycal Technologies. So is this made by India or marketed by India? And now comes the whole grand story of Make in India. Now this act is suggested by the lawyer. So suppose I wear a chef's hat, a bit uncomfortable, and I wear an apron. I pretend that I am a chef, but one little problem. I don't know how to cook. Now the audience want noodles. They want noodles made by me, made by Pratik. So what do I do now? Oh, I order instant noodles online. And then I bring warm water. By the way, this water is 10% local ingredient. And then I leave it for 2 minutes.
A few moments later.
Smells nice. So now I put a sticker on it. Even I don't need to do a good job. I'm not an Indian manufacturer. Made by Pratik's Kitchen. Now I claim that I made these noodles from scratch, which technically in India, I'm not wrong. But if you look at the noodles packaging, it was made by, let's call it Leslie. I just put warm water in it. That is what appears to be the case with certain brands that are using Make in India. Even if you assemble a smartphone in India, all parts are Chinese, but assembled in India, it still qualifies as Make in India. Nobody or even the government has any regulation for consumers, whether it uses 10% local parts or 50% local parts. For phones or gadgets sold to you and me on Amazon, assembled in India is also made in India. Any smartphone box that you pick up, iPhone to Samsung, it says made in India. They don't have to do it legally, but for transparency, they do. And then you have these Indian brands just assembling in India and calling it local Indian or Indian product made for the world. This is what China used to do in 2010. We are doing it in 2026. While China figured out R&D in those 16 years, here we are figuring out marketing tagline. Oh, the table wobbled. Now, Wobble corrected his mistake. It's now designed in India rather than made in India. Fair enough. But now, let's talk about brands that advertise themselves as Make in India. Indian smartphone brands. Currently, it is not possible to make a smartphone in India from scratch. As per this Times of India article, the government officials also agree that smartphones are now made in India, but they are just screwdriver assembly. And now government is pushing the initiative to use local content in smartphones. So just importing a camera sensor and putting it inside a phone won't cut it. That will not make it Make in India smartphone. They want you to make the camera sensor in India itself, which is great. So any smartphone company that comes and shouts like, we make smartphones in India, we're an Indian brand, proud this and that for Indian people, is just marketing gimmick. All of the smartphones that you buy from any brand are made in India. Nothing different. Now coming back to this phone, for the specs, the CMF Phone 2 Pro more or less sells at the same price at 18 to 19,000 rupees. For 27,000, in my opinion, this is a very overpriced phone with no promises of software updates from the company. If it was 20,000 or the promised 22,000 at launch, it would still have been a decent phone. And the reason for this video is simple. I and most Indian people would love to give their money to an Indian brand. And if you, like a lot of people, just laugh at this fact like, oh, Indians, understand this. It happens all around the world. New Balance, a very popular shoe company, ran a whole advertisement to show Made in USA shoe. In fact, their website still has a section called Made in USA shoe. The whole reason to show that they manufacture shoes in the US. They do 70% local value. They even mention it in the video. That is transparency. In fact, a lot of Chinese brands like Xiaomi, BYD, their rise to the top has been the Made in China story. But again, another fact that you should understand is New Balance and Chinese tech companies are still good companies. The product is still good. It's international level. A lot of companies hype their product, but marketing can make a 7 by 10 product seem like 9 by 10. That's about it. Like, please, I literally beg Indian companies to at least do better than this. Like, come on. On that note, this is signing off. See you in the next video. Pew, pew, pew.